Almost lost my coffee. I almost lost my coffee. Almost lost my coffee. I'm wearing non-labeled shit. I got to put my hat backwards because this isn't even a sponsored event.
Hi, my name's Belinda Carlton. What's your fucking name, huh? Turkey cheese?
Welcome into the first episode of Jam and Hash, brought to you in part by John's Architectural Metal Solutions, Inc. Right here's our CEO, Aaron Johns. Welcome, program. Welcome to your own show. It's right here.
Let's move the
God
light
bless.
up, right, so everyone can see the name.
Well, yeah, I just want to make sure. We recently hired some Colombians. They have to make sure that we're in America. That could be We'll edit that out. Look at the stickers. Those are nice.
Those are nice.
Aloha Printing. Your phone won't stop ringing.
Nope, never does. Do I sound all right?
Sound great.
Okay.
You sound really good. Yeah, you
All
sound
right,
really good. It's really just up to how, I'm just trying to look. I really like the way this setup looks, and I'm trying not to talk so loud because I feel like your mic is picking me up, but then I'm just trying to get comfortable right now. That's
You
all.
just went in and out on mine.
Yeah, because my mic's kind of fucked up.
Gotcha.
There we go. God created man. Where do you start? No, I mean, we can start this podcast here is going to be basically about two companies coming together. His company more mature than my company, John's Architectural Metal Fab, and Hashmark Media, Hashmark Sports coming together. That's basically what this podcast is going to be about: trials and tribulations, talking about media, the metal fab industry, a little bit of everything. As you've been in a leadership role for quite some time, I've done a little bit of leadership, but growing a company is a pain in the butt. So we figured, why not talk about it?
Yeah, and I mean, John's
Yes.
Architectural Metal, we specialize in metal fabrication and most importantly, metal panel facades in the commercial construction industry. So basically, we're in the construction world. And if you go to jam-soul.com, you'll see, our whole website, kind of what we do, what we can and specialize in, what we want to do. Other products that we're kind of getting into. And the idea here for me as the business owner of John's Architectural Metal is we want to kind of pioneer the digital media age in the construction world. And so we basically talked with Dave here, Dave Nozar, owner of Hashmark Media, and we came to a partnership to let them handle our digital marketing because we want to use their creativity to help us with our goals, right? So we're a growing company. We've got a lot of ideas. We're trying to do things a little bit differently in our world, in the industry, and we want to showcase that the truth of that within the digital marketing realm. So that's TikTok, that's YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Reels, podcasts, as we're doing right now. Who knows? And we'll kind of go from there. We'll start at one and go to each other. So that's the idea here. And the other aspect of it is we're the sponsor of the Hashmark Media's main show, the Hashmark Show, which is the NFL show, NFL gambling show. And we're also sponsoring some of their other YouTube shows as well. So the hope is that between both companies partnering together and working together, that one, they can help us in the digital world, and two, maybe we can help them on the business aspect of growing their media company, because there's a lot of potential for Hashmark Media with Dave's creativity and with the creativity of the other content producers that are within the Hashmark Media family that are currently there, and some that are new that are coming on board. So the idea here is to just talk about that, give everyone an idea of what's going on in my world, what's going on in the Hashmark world, what we're doing. As you might see some videos on TikTok or YouTube, kind of the behind the scenes as to why we're doing that, and what kind of value we bring, or we think that's going to bring to our audience, to both audiences, to be honest. So that's kind of, one of the main things that I wanted to do when I DJ and I were talking about how we can go about making a podcast that brings John's Architectural Metal into it rather than just being a sponsor. So yeah, some of the new things that we've been kind of working on is you'll see more real kind of day-to-day videos that are happening, mostly that have myself and our fab team or our install team or even our project managers involved as to some of the good, some of the bad, some of the day-to-day kind of mundane items.
Ugly.
And give everyone a feel as to like what it really is to not only work here, but to be in this industry. Like, whenever I want to look at things or see videos, I'm always looking for what's real, right? There's so many things that aren't real out there. There's some sort of, they're putting up some sort of facade. Pun intended.
No pun intended on the reel either. Instagram reels.
Right. And we don't want to do that. We were in a position not too long ago where we weren't doing very well as a company. And now we're on an upswing and we're getting back into doing really, really good things. And we're taking the idea that I had when I started this company and trying to launch into different markets. And so that's what you're going to see. That's what that's a lot of people behind the videos. That's Dave recording. That could be myself recording. That could be our install team recording. We're all kind of working together hand in hand to get that content out there.
Yeah, I mean that's really what it is. I mean, you need somebody focused on that kind of avenue, right, all the time. You can't do it. We've talked about this a million times, and we sat around for probably 3 or 4 months talking, from my garage, we didn't even realize like, oh, okay, we can kind of put it together. It's like, well, let me like handle your TikToks. And you're like, well, okay, well, like, where do you want me to send the video? And we're like, well, I don't know. It's a great question. So that has been really cool to figure out along that way too. And you're open to it. There's a lot of CEOs and owners in general that want nothing to do with this stuff.
Exactly.
So that's key,
especially in our world, in the construction world. You'll see smaller companies, smaller individual, content creators, but not the larger companies that are other than putting out, hey, we, put on some splash video of a job that they've done. They're not putting out day-to-day real content of like how it got to that point.
And it's good thing you bring it up. I think for sure one of the things I would really like to touch on eventually is maybe give some of the companies that I think are doing a good job of it, not necessarily with the followers, maybe more engagement, but there's a lot of companies out there that I give kudos to. They're doing it right. And as we kind of run that media with you, we'd love to help others out as well, right? And it could be anything. It could be one-page website. Could be we don't really know what to do. That's great. We'll come in and just sit down with people.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's what you have the same vision with John's Architectural Metal. Same thing.
Yeah. And I mean, talking about Hashmark Media, like you really just need to get a more vision of what that person wants, what that company wants, what their intention is, what the digital aspect of it. How deep do they want to go? Is it simple as just a website, or do they want day-to-day real content, kind of what my vision is for our company? So,
but you wouldn't get that without somebody being here probably as engaged, maybe, or here once or twice a week.
Correct.
To understand the temperature, to even come up with the strategy. Like some of the best videos that we're doing for you are very office related.
Oh,
like
absolutely.
to the show The Office. And we haven't even done like, wait till we build the testimonial booth or that little like window, how they do it. We're going to do the same thing.
Yeah.
And nobody's doing that.
No. And
nobody.
And having that when we don't even know that the camera is on.
Right.
I mean,
that's
99% of the time, I have no idea that the camera is on.
Yeah.
And there's only been a few times where I've noticed it, where I've like turned around. I'm like, oh, camera's on me, it's filming.
And that's the toot the own horn part to me. And what I would love to instill in the company is everybody that we put out there sees that, and they should have that creativity of like, oh, we're going to do this or we're going to do that, so, but it's hard because you have to be careful. I don't know. I don't even know what you guys are talking about half the time.
Yeah.
In Spanish. So you just gotta be careful. It's a thin line.
Yeah. I mean, obviously there's going to be some aspects of what we're talking about that we, probably not a good idea to put it out to the world. Like, just like anything that you see, like there's going to be certain things that are probably a little bit more, we need to stay behind the curtain, but the object or the idea is, what are we doing? What's the end product supposed to be? How do we get to that point? Because there's so many different aspects of it. Like we get a contract to do something, and how do we get from contract to end product? There's so many
A lot.
steps and stages and people involved, and organization and operational management, project management, even going back to sales, because there could be certain things where maybe a project is bid one way and we get into it and then there's some sort of disagreement as to what the full scope is.
Mhm.
Well, now we got to bring sales back into it.
Mhm.
Sales, what did you sell?
Right.
Well, what is this? Is this
Mhm.
part of our work or not? So getting through all of that is, in my opinion, good content. If we
Sure.
produce it and if we film it and produce it correctly, it's going to be intriguing,
Yeah.
especially to people in our industry.
People want real shit, man.
Yeah.
That's it. They want real shit. I mean, you're real people.
Yeah.
That's it.
You know, and we're trying to pride ourselves as going above and beyond for our
Yes.
potential customers.
And
right?
listen, the other thing that I kind of just thought about was by putting all of this out there, that's how good we think, I mean, your company, but I'm saying that's how good you think you are, right? Is, you know, you can come at us on TikTok if you want. You handle just going about doing business, knowing that somebody could see it, you know, and maybe not want to do business with you, because there is that chance, right?
Yeah. Quite frankly, if someone were to view what we're doing and not want to do business with us, then that's probably not someone I want to do business
There you
with.
go. Okay, cool. No, that's a great
Um,
answer.
And that's okay.
Mhm.
We're not going to do
Mhm.
business with everyone.
You're
Some
right.
people might not
Yep.
like the way that we're handling certain things.
Sure.
Some people, like you said, on Google, might not like us for certain reasons, and maybe it has to do with the past,
Mhm.
right? But the past is the past. It doesn't mean we're not fixing the past. We are fixing the past every day, but we have to continue to grow in order to fix what we did previously. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
like we're not just going to
Yeah.
sit here and
I mean,
be like,
I know.
oh, we messed up. No, we've messed up plenty of times. That's why we're doing this,
Sure.
though, because we've learned from our mistakes. We've learned from what we've done previously. We've learned from the people that we've hired and had to
Mhm.
get rid of. You know, we're very aware of the type of culture that we need to have in order to be successful, which is why, as you've seen, we've had people come in here for interviews and, you know, they're not going to work out, even though their
Sure.
background might
Sure.
show that,
Sure.
hey, this could be a very good person on paper for us.
Mhm.
If they come in here and I talk to them and I don't feel that they fit with what we're trying to do,
Mm.
then I don't care how good the paper says you are.
Mhm.
I don't care where you worked before.
Yeah.
I'd rather take someone that doesn't have that experience and mold them into what
Yeah.
we believe is best for this company. And that's what we're trying to do.
Fit
So-
the culture.
Fit the culture,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah. It's not like, and it's when COVID hits. Okay, I want to take COVID for example. A lot of businesses closed.
Yeah.
Okay, a lot of them had to close. It's not like they're like, oh, I wanted to close. You had the ability, almost went out. I think don't come around, but had that ability. Okay, we could stay open. You could have not done it. You
Could've.
could have said, well, I'm gonna go do this, that, and the other thing. But you saw that vision pre-COVID, and then you're just carrying it over now, 2023 and beyond.
Correct.
So
The vision hasn't changed.
that's what I've seen in being here since you brought us on board is unbelievable light years in 5 months.
Yeah. Execution is key.
I mean, unbelievable. And execution is key. At some point, it's like, yo, that's a whole nother thing. The talking and all that shit. That's stuff I used to do at other jobs. You know, I got this, I got that, I got it. We talk about it, about the websites, you know,
Oh, yeah.
because at some point you got to imagine the other person on the other side. Like, I literally just read a fucking kid's book the other day about the kids saying to their parents, hold on. And then eventually they did it to them.
Yeah. You have
I
to
mean-
think when you're
What stops people from doing shit? Procrastination? What is it?
fear,
Of what? You just got to do the
Failure.
work. You just do the work. It's like, you know.
you don't want to fail.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
That's
I
why
guess-
certain things don't
Yeah.
get done.
Yeah.
Your fear-
Yeah.
I've done it.
Yep. Sure.
You fear,
Yep.
you're like, oh, I can't make this mistake.
Yeah.
You know what? Like, you have to. You have to just do it. You have to pick a path.
Mhm.
If you're wrong, hand up, I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Go back and fix it.
Yeah.
That's the only way we're going to learn in this world.
Mhm.
You have to.
Yep.
You have to put your plan forward, and hopefully it's correct. But 9 times out of 10, there's going to be something in that path that's going to throw you off.
And, you know, it's not made for everybody. You know
No.
what I mean? And I think
And to
that's important too to understand.
And even when you make that path, you make that mistake, that mistake not only affects you and the company, it probably affects your customer. At least in our world.
Sure.
If I make a mistake, this company makes a mistake and we do something incorrectly, it's going to mess up some other chain within the building, right? We know that. I know that. I have empathy towards the
even
people
though it goes on at the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
So with Hashmark Media, obviously you guys are helping us with our digital platform, our digital marketing and stuff.
Yep.
I mean, where do you see as the owner, I mean, kind of what's going on in your world?
What isn't going on in our world? We are really trying to help people in general get a platform, right? The first question is, well, how do you do that? So we already have a platform. We're on TikTok, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're doing all of our stuff. Well, we give them another platform, which is a website. So we give them another platform, which is a podcast, a website if they want one, but really an opportunity for them to broaden their horizons and grow their own personal brand. So for us, we like to bring them on board. And the reason Hashmark Sports exists is because I don't know the exact number, but there's a ton of hash marks in a football field. So you can't have a football field without a ton of hash marks. And we want to bring everyday people together because we believe life is a sport. Play tough, play rough, right? Every episode sits on the throne. And what's important too is not everybody needs to do a podcast. I don't want to say that. And that's, I think, one of the things everybody thinks we need to do. We're here to help organizations, individuals build their own platform, consultation, or just, hey, we don't really know, and this fits in the consultation part, but could you bring somebody on site? My ultimate vision, as you said, would be to have somebody like myself in an AE or account management role position where they come on site, they're paid X amount of dollars, you pay Hashmark Media, and they integrate with the company like what I'm doing. And they really get a full understanding for it to build that strategy with ownership or C-level people. So there's a lot we'll do, but you're right. It's hard to, you've had people go on there and they're like, I don't even know what it is. So we're trying to really, Christy Lee Bell is a perfect example. Divorced mother, used to be a model, want to get her career back together. Found her on TikTok. That's my main recruiting platform. Said, hey, you want to do a podcast? Sure. Now we're figuring out ways where she needs help, right? Whether Josh Spartan Smith, who's a former UFC MMA fighter, and he's an ABC approved ref for MMA, True Rev. Shout out to True Rev MMA. They have a partnership going on. Basically, the point I'm getting at here is Christy Lee Bella needed help. We're here to help her. We're here to support her. We're here to give her what she needs so she can go about doing her day-to-day job, right? There's a lot of 9-to-5 people out there that want to do something else, right? Or have a passion about it. So we're kind of living our dream in a way, and we're hoping to help others do that too. And we really give them the option. It's their kind of vision. And I think a lot of people understand now with TikTok algorithms getting as tight as they are, possible bans, you need to almost, I hate to say this for the creator. We don't view them as product, but I can tell you this, that they at some point will understand and top out. It's like a diet. You get to 20,000 followers, unless you're fucking pumping. Big shout out to Pete. Go follow Sheffield Shuffler if you want an example, because he had 31,000 followers, went stagnant, figured some shit out. Now he's up to 40 and he's rolling. He's all about content and throwing it out there. So again, everybody's different. We were with Sheffield Shuffler for a little bit, but went on our own. And you gotta come together, and that's hopefully what we're doing, is building a community in some sort of way. I really don't know. Yeah.
So you can edit this part out. I'm about to ask you a question. I don't know if you want to answer it, but I'm
gonna just keep. So the way I like to just keep it going, and then we just edit stuff out.
So
you could ask me anything.
If you're a digital content creator,
sure.
What is the benefit of joining a family like Hashmark?
Yeah. So you're going to get the options to, if you like to make the videos, you can record a video when you're on your lunch break, upload it to one of the 9 million sharing sites we use, or whatever we use for you, what's best for you. We can edit it and put the TikToks up on our page, okay, and as well as yours. So you're bringing everybody together. and you're not going to have to do a lot of the work. A lot of people don't want to do this stuff, and it's a lot of work. So another value is if they do want their own website, they get a free website. If they're going to do a podcast, they don't have to pay for any of the licensing fees that we get. We edit all their content. They don't have to do really anything. And honestly, they can bring in whoever they want. They have the ability to make all the money, right? If they get their own advertisers, it's pretty simple. I mean, it's almost 80-20 for most content creators on the advertising side. And the ultimate goal there is, we want to treat it like a relegation system. 16 podcasts. If you're the last one ranked, you're out, and we bring a new one in every year, and they get to battle. And that's the competition we're going to create. It's not about money. It's about views. The first show overall may not make as much money as the fourth show, but anyways, yeah. So
you're worth what people want to see.
Exactly. And that's why I always felt we're not just going to do sports. So like Hashmark Sports, Life is a Sport, and Hashmark Baking could be 9 million bakers. You could have your person who bakes with pot or non-floured shit, whatever the fuck. It doesn't matter. There's so much. Can we be the first company that has it all? Yeah.
Well, on top of that, Hashmark TikTok has over 10,000 followers, which
that was big.
It's not crazy huge, but it's a significant number to get views. I mean, you've had a number of viral viral posts.
Sure.
Put it that way.
Sure.
And I think that can only help whoever wants to be part of the Hashmark family.
Yeah. I mean, listen, we don't have as many followers as people, but what we are going to do, and listen, we lean on their followers too. And it's kind of beta. Like, we don't know the transition rates, yet. And so a lot of the stuff, I mean, listen, there's not a better time than now to get in with us because it's all free, basically. I mean, we'll tell you that straight up right now. We're going to work with you for fucking free. And I don't really have anything else there. But, the reality is that we do have a lot of creators that understand they don't do a lot of the videos. They come in, they just do the shows, and the show makes money, and they get paid a certain amount, and they're okay with that. Or they'll say, here's another huge advantage, Aaron. I've always wanted my own clothing line, or, I just want a little bit of merch with my logo on it. Great, we can do that for you.
Yeah.
We know how to do that. If you wanted something printed up like your own stuff. And now we're getting into booking. We've got an event that we're trying to put together for Christy Lee Bello right now. I mean, we're just talking like this. I'll edit kind of this part up, but she's also a mistress, and she wants her first event where everybody has to wear 1950s clothing. I mean, I'll be there front and center. It's getting weird, man. I love it. We could possibly do Hashmark After Dark too, because this is going to be, I'm not kidding, $89.99 a month for Hashmark After Dark on YouTube.
That'd be crazy.
It's not crazy. It's going to work, because what's funny is we'll get some people that come in, and they'll probably end up figuring out at the start, like, wait, we jamming hash access? What the fuck are they talking about? What could really be cool is if eventually we had all the girls on, and kind of talked about the business. That'd be cool. Because we're going to, anyways, they don't really even need to know about that. Jam and hash.
I mean, the good thing is that what we're trying to, what I see, what's trying to happen is, like you said, you're going to work with whoever wants to be a content creator, right? You're going to work with them free up front.
And businesses, though, too. What I mean?
And businesses. Sure. You're going to work with them free up front, because the business model is essentially a split of 80-20 or whatever gets set.
I'm sorry.
In a contract.
You can re-ask me that question. We'll edit it. I'm sorry.
So basically, like, you'll have a revenue model for Hashmark of just a split, right? A split of 80-20, or whatever gets agreed to, right? It roughly starts at about 80-20.
Yep.
And what that means is 80% goes to the content creator, 20% goes to Hashmark for the work that they're doing, right? Hashmark is going to put together everything that you just said previously, right? Like, so you're going to edit potential website.
We're going to produce their podcast. Yep.
Help. Maybe they just want to blog.
We can be their agent. I mean, anything.
Yeah. So,
and the value behind that too is, they have somebody to kind of lean on, get ideas from. And the ultimate goal, honestly, is for you, that creator, to go on and leave us, right? That's the goal. We want to give you your wings in the nest and leave, or stick with us, so that's really where it's at right now. And, I think when you look at people who are willing to go on TikTok and put themselves out there I think it's going to be something that you talked about earlier, which I thought was really interesting. All the people that are eventually going to be CIOs are all really young right now.
Yeah.
So they consume all their content this way.
Exactly.
So who are we going to be doing business with in 20 years? The fucking people that are just born now. So that's kind of the Hashmark model. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. I mean,
I'm bringing it back to our original combo now.
From my standpoint, being the first business that has employed Hashmark Media.
Sure. Yes, you are the first.
We are seeing.
Thankful for that.
We are seeing, positive feedback.
Double the account on TikTok.
We've gotten potential projects.
We have
through TikTok.
ROI partners.
So,
yep.
I mean, and that's come with, I don't do any work on TikTok. I don't do anything.
So there's a perfect example. I didn't even think of this. Yeah. So CEO of a company, I do all their shit. There you go. You love it.
Yeah. I go on in there and I look at it. I'm engaged on it. But just in terms of viewership, or if we get a message, I'll, either myself or Dave can respond. But it's enjoyable to see the content get produced in a way that equals my vision.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And that's what Hashmark can bring.
And there has to be a trust level where, and a lot of people are like, oh, well, you've known this guy for, listen, we've only known each other 5 months, if that, right? 4 months?
Pretty much.
So that CEO, whatever, I'm listening to him. What do you want, Mr. Creator? I'd say I've had you look at 2, including 1 today, to approve. You trust us, the company, to put it out. There was 1 I did produce that you said no, we took it off. But that, again, those are things that is important to people. And I mean, Aaron, we talk about all the time. I'm talking $40 million plus companies that have 10 followers on YouTube.
Yeah, makes no sense.
No streaming live. I mean, so that's really what we want to do with you and change the game.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.